Let's go through the final push. Yeah, we start in this room. There were 2 trolls in here, and in the previous 3 fat guy. This will be a very dangerous place. Filled with monsters, multiple ones, and when 5 of even goblins jump at you just when you enter the room, then you are pretty much losing health, and that's not good, obviously. Now if there is 2 ogre, for example, that's even worse. Although the weapons are big enough
this
to
is where your journey ends.
make skeletons less of a problem. But yeah, if you are starting to get even somewhat low on your resources, you will just have to stand around and hope for the best. I mean, if you are using magic. If you don't, because you are a custom character who bumped all of its extra points into, you know, strength, then just keep drinking the healing potions, but, you know, keep targeting the enemy, else you will be hurt and will have trouble at the very end. Here I'm
Leaving so soon?
These fat ones should die, by the way, for 1 fireball, but because I guess rounding error, sometimes they require 2. There are a couple of closed doors, but I mean locked doors, but not really an issue. Actually there are 2, but they lead to the same place. It's a whole, you know, connected tunnels situation. I just didn't see that leafless branch there.
I'll take it.
You should not buy.
I'll take it.
That one. Confusion. It's useless. Unless you can cast it rapidly and the duration adds. I did not test that. But I tried to use it on the... I mean it does, but switching your attacks and all that, it's just it's not ideal. One of the bad things here is, I guess, that you can drink potions even if your mana pool is... You can waste resources. What we are doing here is...
Oh, thank the gods! While on my quest for the Crown of Peace, I encountered a sorcerer that resides on the other side of the portal. But he was too powerful. He put me here with my head and chest outside the wall, and the rest firmly stuck inside. Oh, day and night goblins and trolls come here to taunt and torture me just for the fun of it. I believe that if the sorcerer dies, I will be released from his spell. If you can help me, I will reward you. Here, take this key. It will give you access to the portal. And please, hurry!
The sorcerer he's talking about, not a unique character, just, we already encountered one or two. It's one of the sorcerers that doesn't throw fireball but lightning. It's pretty pathetic. I think I forgot to come back to this guy, by the way. He gives you the +5 shield, so there is no +4 shields either, just like for the armor in the game. There are 2 mages. They will of course ambush you. Before you answer one of these ones, you should aim at the middle, around. Except these 2, they stand at the back. So it's easy to remember. Now we have both of these books. No one told us that we need them. Or why we need them. So that is kinda annoying. I mean, I'm fine the game not explaining us anything pretty much, but this puzzle is kinda annoying. I mean, you can just visit every room after it. You put them in place and just check if anything changed. It's not that big of a territory, but still, in principle. And I actually thought, when I first played through on this part, that in the room where next to the portal is what the guy talked about, but obviously not.
Do something.
I'm not sure why we are standing around. I guess I was checking the map. This was funny. Let's be honest. You used up pretty much all your mana, and then you have to wait again, because the next room not just might, but will be filled with other monsters.
That's it?
I don't know where they went. I seriously have no idea. Probably the explosion actually hit them, but it didn't seem to be that way. Sometimes one or 2 monsters seem to just glitch in the matrix or something. This is the other door where you can use a key. You get 2 keys, identical. So it's not even distinction in that way. Between the 2 doors you can use them on. I wonder what's in the next room. Maybe a knight. Oh. I got
That's it?
that corner. I couldn't back out. But my reaction was very good. Got rid of them.
Let's see.
At least they doesn't fuck this bullshit. Like no tomorrow, and
This is gonna be easy.
The only thing it didn't disturb me, I put down a bunch of potions previously, so that's why I'm going back. And there are actually places where you, with some tedium, you can find extra healing potions and that kind of stuff. But it, you know, it takes time. Yeah, I should have talked with the guy. Doesn't really matter. I guess the armor is more important. And there is an extra mana potion. With the mana refilled, I can at least charge forward after I figure out which way. There are a lot of places I don't want to visit here, by the way, if you can avoid it. These kind of threats. One gold coin. This was funny. As I said, the losses can be compensated if you are willing to visit a couple of more rooms. So the game is actually generous when you think about it, but it's poses great danger at times, especially with mages. In theory, you can sidestep the projectiles of mages. Why I'm going there, I have no idea. But we will figure it out. Did I want through the portal? I guess I didn't want through the portal. It's good to know you will this place. It activates when you get rid of the sorcerer. If you're fast enough, you can get away with 0 health loss. But you have to know the game, so saving is let's say strongly advised. And the blasted mage is just work on like 0 reaction time, and if they start to teleport around, it should be a problem. Low maximum health is really a problem. Those hits can land you like 7, 8 health. So if you would have 15 like the warriors, or so I mean any other race, class, clan, you would be in a much better position here.
Embrace your master.
Who's next?
At least I have more active health points by having the same amount of flasks. I guess we are heading to the northwest, up to some hill. If I can figure out how.
Less talk, more action.
And I need mana, obviously. I realized we are at the wrong door. To progress through the story, if we can call that, we have to go to the other place. We could have gone through that way, but that takes an awful lot of fighting, and in this next portion we will get the ultimate armor upgrade. Unfortunately, nothing else there. In the next room to the east are 3 trolls, so I really don't want to visit that. You must be guessing, then which way should you go? If you remember the minimap, there is not many directions we can pick, but we can go that way.
Hello, adventurer! I could really use your help. I'm working on a fantastic machine, but monsters have invaded my workshop and I cannot return home. I'm not strong enough to fight these monsters, so could you please destroy them?
By the way, when you
Leaving
are done
so
with
soon?
this part, don't expect any reward from the ghost, no matter whatever he is.
That's it?
It's really unfortunate with these ravens that all of the groups require 2 explosions. Usually I only need 1, but that's life. They throw in this one just to, you know, refresh your feelings. I like the monster distribution, so to say. We can't go back. It's not that problematic though. Actually, I should just use fireball. They could travel in straight line into its face. Oh well.
Prepare to die.
I like this environment. They really diversified, not just labyrinths and walls. That's a bit. And even the indoor areas, like this one, you are walking around in a castle and you feel like you are walking in a castle. While previously, you know, there was a dungeon and there was the mine. If you would jump down your ankle, it hurts for sure.
Do something.
There are 3 trolls ahead. This is the Gnome House, by the way. So we are really at the end of this portion of the game. And it's funny to see the minimap. Entirely different section which has no place to be. Technicalities, it just shows up there. Yeah, the forward arrow is really in an inconvenient space. I remember this playthrough. Here in the middle setting, it can raise some speed. The clue is, by the way, you see as well on the chart right above our head. Yeah, this is one of the doors the settings can raise. When I said I remember this, it was in a general sense, not the exact reality. That's a teleporter, so no, we can't come back here. are standing before the thingy when the gas is coming out of it.
Oh, yes! Thank you! Thank you so much!
You will get hurt. Just to annoy you, obviously. They really position the merchant in a convenient place. The problem here is I was checking the map, that's why we stood around, since which way to go, bunch of monsters. As said somewhere in the previous videos, explosion really helps at occasions. We need to get a certain quest item. I mean, you can't mess it up, but you know, why backtrack through empty hallways if you don't have to? That was really just a muscle twitching for the healing potion drinking. But better safe than sorry. And we do have resources left. So. Bloody goblins.
This is
I
easy.
do not want to cooperate, so yeah. It's a shame this merchant here is, you know, does not sell potions. This is really the part where you could afford them. And with most of the spells being entirely inconsequential.
Who's next?
I like these paintings. I know they just rotate it around as assets in various rooms, but still. Your typical gamebook experience, you go left or right. Clues to which direction to choose. Where would that lead? Some sensible reading, puzzle solving. Where I am. I just remember that in a general direction that's safe, but otherwise... And now we are again out of mana, obviously.
We meet once again, my friend. It is time you learn the truth about the crown and me. The crown of peace is indeed a fake, a fable made up by the elders to bind the tribes together. I should know, for I am the last of the elders. My colleagues were destroyed by the demon and the crown along with them. The truth is that the clans had the power to live in peace all along. Perhaps your next quest should be to show them this. But now you must face the demon and vanquish him. Take this. May all that is good in this world be with
The
you.
only real thing we got from this guy is time to fill up our magic by regeneration. That life counter is less useful than you would think. And we came to the wrong place. Great. Not that it really matters. After all. I usually try to explosion this ball because it looks like it's cracked, but it's not.
Granag.
It's a two-shot. Yeah, that's a puzzle place. You wouldn't believe what we have to pour on it. It's planned, so you would guess that you can just fireball it. No, obviously not. That would be logical. One blast. It's gone. I thought the third one will be there, but apparently not. This one is for you. The next room has a light, so we need a full bulb of mana. By the way, I did not know at this point that
This
active
is where your journey
game slot session, whatever you want to call it, is corrupted. I mean, I cannot save, as it turns out. If I want to save, it just deletes the save slot. I mean, whatever data was in the slave slot, but does not write out save data. I don't know why. No lights. This room only. It's really seeing atmospheric and stuff. Which we can enjoy for a while because of mana.
Less talk, more action.
So if I would die, I would have to restart the war thing. Because if you remember,
Let's
I
get
didn't
going.
even have save from the end of the previous dungeon. I'm in the Garden of Eternity. Which I actually did, eventually. And you know what you have to know about that Ankh symbol? How many life you have left? All of your inventory gets dropped.
Less talk, more action.
I wonder what's in the next room now. 2 matches.
If knowledge me.
Although I'm not sure if the enemies would regenerate. We are talking about the anvils, of course. I guess I'm going back to 4 potions because or simply going back, and I will try to go there from the other side because that's more exciting than just standing around. At least this one is not filled with quest items. You know, like the fire, earth, water runes in that one. And you had to carry a key too, so 5 slots were taken from your inventory just for that. That was a hassle. Yeah, I decided to just try to go that way, or not, or yes. I mean, it looks like we only need to do 2 rooms, so obviously we had to bump into them.
Embrace your master.
That's always good. And yeah, we just need one simple room with 2 trolls. And there is no sync corridor. And they don't come after us. How lucky we are. So I decided to go around because I just didn't want to leave them there. Because, you know, what if the game changes its mind or something? You can never know with these old games. Things that were supposed to chase you but don't suddenly pop up in new locations. Because they actually eventually did. That's yeah, you understand. They can just go up there. At least the game is not that evil that wouldn't let, just because we are the Elf the Mage class, not be able to use the highest level gear, I mean armor and stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I'm going for the shield. So well, better late than never.
Thank you so much, friend. Here, take my shield. It was made with strong magic. I don't think I have the strength to succeed in this quest. You must defeat the demon, and you must get the crown. It's the only hope for the clans.
By the way, where do these demons come from? I don't know why I even bother selling. Not that I would spend the gold I have. Oh yeah, wrong turn. This was got an interesting direction. I think I thought this was awkward, so let's go back this way. Great. I wonder how much we have to stand around. Not much. And they even throw a poke. What nice people. This is the exit from this dungeon. Beyond that is the boss. The demon. Does it have a family? Are there other demons? Or it is like the Apocalypse in X-Men or something? Obviously more big enemies in this way. Oh, there is a mage, I think. Not yet.
That's it?
But I could have lose, 5. Get a little space so you can readjust your cursor. Wait until you have at least 2 charges of explosions. I mean mana for that. 3 is even better. That's how you do it. Sorcerer.
Leaving so
Black
soon?
tape instead of the usual grey one. And now we are again out of mana. This really is how old games worked. You stood around a lot. Diablo solved the issue by the teleporting and stepping back to the battlefield through the center. Stupid. Poison. Acid would make more sense. If you are wondering in that other direction, there are 3 fatties and nothing else. Yeah, we are going to the west. You see where we are going. So don't be impatient. Normally, I would just listen to some YouTube video in the background, so you know the experience is not just this standing around in silence and maybe going out to make a tea, boil water in the kettle. You can guess the enemy coming. Yep, lizards. At least they are really in just one pack. This is the end game, by the way, so really just one more go. We'll reach the end of this section, come back, and the door is open. So many natural this game you encounter reminds me of the Cavern of the Snow Witch from Fighting Fantasy. It was more, let's call it linear, because there was no splitting branches on the road, although most of the Fighting Fantasy books are linear, because if you go to the wrong direction, no clue included, your game is just, you will die because you chose the wrong direction when you had no clue which direction to pick. That
That's
one
it?
had a lot of different environments, so that's kind of one of my let's call it favorite. That one
That's
you
it?
start in an ice habitat, then you go into a cave habitat, then you go out to some plain, then into wood, then on a mountainside. It's really, diversity makes fun.
Hold, warrior. I'm searching for a sword hilt hidden in the woods north of here. Unfortunately, I've been cursed and cannot enter the woods. If you could get the hilt for me, I could give you something special in return.
If you guess that
Are
this
you
guy is
brave
evil
enough
and
to do
will
it?
betray you, you guessed right.
Leaving so soon?
This place is, by the way, so I expected at least 10, 15 rooms. Obviously this is a trap, we encountered such previously, but getting out even unharmed is not that hard. Not all of them are shouting at the same time, so yeah, healing is
Thank
you
you,
can use
fool. I never thought it would be this easy.
gap distance of this game when it was on CD. This guy did not drop the key. I'm that serious. I had like 2 copies of this game because of that. One was probably attached to a magazine, and the other I just bought it in the shop. That's how I have the manual or had. Then it just occurred to me, no, it just doesn't drop it. The only redeeming quality there was that there are level codes for this game, so I don't know if they still preserved somewhere, but they really were. So I could teleport to the boss and fight it with the character with full inventory, so it's not like you just spawn there like some Nintendo game, Super Mario or something. Then it would be unwinnable, absolutely unwinnable. It's a shame my save here is corrupted. I will try a couple of things. Yeah, I'm going back for potions. You know, I would try to just cast as much as my mana allows this confusion spell and see if that works. Accumulates all the stun time. And if you get killed, do you have any chance? I mean, your mana will be refilled, for example, and that's what you will see in the last portion. that why the final boss is just, and the whole technical parts of this game is just a piece of shit. I'm trying to save, but it remains empty. There's something in the... And if you check it, one of the... or two of the... at this point, save files has negative time code. I don't know what happened there. I tried to save in different rooms, nothing will work, so I will decide to just go there and try my luck. I mean, I have all the potions, but I used them wrongly, so... You know, maybe the item in the room affects anything, but it does not. Nothing affects anything, it's a corrupted save file on Butcher. I tried to go back to a previous era. Accidentally clicked on the load. Nothing works, absolutely nothing. By the way, you notice that despite we are wearing the +5 shield, it's still the same skin as the +3 shield. Somebody got lazy with this one. Because the sword has its unique skin. I guess the armors has no difference at all, but the shield and the swords did, up to, you know, the shield does, final shield has no unique skin, apparently. Hope against hope. Nope, it does not work. This is how we enter the final portion. And nope, still not working. And there is no +4x. That's really a fucking ridiculous.
I'll take it.
Murder does not worth it, by the way. It's really just whatever. I don't have right here. Yeah, I stand around. One more try. By the way, checking the damage the boss does is interesting. It either does 1 damage or like a bunch. we don't need that. The minimap.
Foolish
You
mortals!
do anything
You send a
that
child to
don't
do a
get
man's
along.
job. First I destroyed your feeble elders. Then I destroyed your fraudulent crown. And now I shall destroy your only hope.
And die I do.
Prepare to die.
And my whole inventory is gone. So great, absolutely fantastic. I had to replay the whole previous dungeon to get back here. I will, yeah, what it takes from there. I'm trying to. Column is not wide enough.
Wasting time.
You are disappointingly weak.